What's up, everybody? Mike Renner here, breaking down the top 10 prospects for the 2024 draft class as it stands right now, middle of October. Still early on the season, still some jockeying to be had, but this draft class is sweet. This 2024 draft class, there is a lot of blue chip talent. I've been raving about it. Let's break down the top 10. At number 10, a lot of ways I could have gone with this one, but I wanted to give some props to Iowa cornerback Cooper DeJean. The guy is a monster. He's 6'1", 207, massive corner. Honestly, I think his best position once he gets to the NFL is the slot. I think he can do a lot of the same things Brian Branch has done for the Detroit Lions here this season, but he's even more athletic than Brian Branch. You see that when he's returning punts. You see that when he's returning picks. He's housed a few in his career. That guy has tremendous ball skills, tremendous tackler, just an awesome all-around football player. That's what I want in a modern slot corner today, is a guy who just understands the game, can tackle, can cover. It's a very important position in a lot of defenses. To me, Cooper DeJean is that guy. At number 9, Dallas Turner, Alabama edge rusher. I hate same school scouting, but sometimes it's too perfect. Like, he looks a lot like Will Anderson. Now, I think Will Anderson was a little more polished coming out. Was probably a little more refined, probably a little more productive. Dallas Turner's got bend. He's explosive. Like, the physical ability is truly all there, that really just a matter of time before he turns it on and becomes, one of the best edge rushers in the NFL, because that's just like, it's such a traits driven position. And at his size, 6'4", 242 pounds, with that kind of get off, with that kind of bend, and like the attitude he plays with. He had one of my favorite quotes all season that I've seen about football. He's like, what do we want to do on the defensive side of the ball? He said, joyless murder ball. You want that guy on your football team, the guy who wants joyless murder ball on defense. At number 8, it's another guy in that joyless murder ball Alabama defense. It's Kool-Aid McKinstry, the Alabama corner. I honestly felt bad leaving him this low, number 8, because he's so damn good when you flip on the tape. 6'1", 195, got the length. Press man pedigree in that Nick Saban coach defense. He obviously knows how to coach corners, produced a lot of talent in the NFL. He's one of the best to come through Alabama, been starting since his true freshman year. Insanely productively. He had 15 pass breakups last year. Got by Adonai Mitchell in that Texas game a couple times, but man, he was at the catch point on one and really has not gotten got by anyone else. Truly a blue chip caliber corner prospect in my eyes. At number 7, we have Penn State edge rusher Chop Robinson. This, like, the athletic comps for Chop Robinson, I believe he was top 5 on Bruce Feldman's Freaks list. It's like, it's off the edge. It's like, it's Micah Parsons and it's Von Miller. There's not a lot of guys I've seen who bring that level of juice. Reportedly ran a 4.4 740 at 6'3", 252 pounds. That is insane stuff. You see it on tape, and it's not just the straight line ability with him. He's agile as well. I believe he had a 4.22 pro agility or short shuttle, whatever you want to call it. Hate that we have 2 weird ass names for the same drill, but 4.22 is blazing. 4.22 is like good for a wide receiver, and he's a defensive end. The guy is a special athlete and already kind of understands how to attack the passer. Balance issues. He can get on the ground a little bit. Need to play a little stronger against the run, but he's going to get paid to get after quarterbacks, and boy, can he ever. At number 6, it is my guy, Notre Dame left tackle Joe Alt, son of former Kansas City Chiefs offensive tackle, who I'm blanking on his first name, but he's got it shows on his tape. This is the most consistent offensive tackle in college football. The man does not lose much, if at all, in some games. I mean, he went up against Miles Murphy last year, the Clemson first rounder, now with the Bengals. Locked him down. No pressures in that game. Hasn't allowed a pressure this season. The guy is like as consistent as can be. Now, he's not the most fleet of foot, not the most impressive athlete, but that's about as high. Number 6 for not being an elite athlete is a tough spot to be. That should show you how good he is. And he's only a true junior coming out, one of the safest prospects in this draft for my money. But like, it's a prospect full of some safe picks. This top 5 is insane. Let's get to number 5. Brock Bowers, Georgia tight end. If you watch the Auburn game, man, I mean, they were doubling him. I love their defensive coordinator. Auburn's defensive coordinator after the game said we doubled him on over half the plays, and yet still goes for over 150, game-winning touchdown. I mean, his yak ability is the best I've seen from a tight end prospect. Been doing this since the 2015 NFL draft, actually studying these prospects full-time. I haven't seen a better tight end after the catch. He's so good. Now, he's a little undersized, 6'4", 240, but like, he's a man in the run game. Like, he wants to get after it. And when he's out in space, he's like legitimately a good blocker. So I number 5 to me, not too high. I know the Kyle Pitts thing in the top 5 hasn't worked out. Tight ends traditionally in the first round have been a lot of fool's gold. I'd be hard pressed to see Brock Bowers being fool's gold in the NFL, just from what he's done. The most productive collegiate career of any tight end in recent memory. Brock Bowers, he's a dude. He's a dude. At number 4, we have Penn State offensive tackle Olu Fashanu. He probably would have been a top 10 pick had he come out last year. Returns, though, only a 1-year starter a year ago. Has come back, and man, the dude's special. I was texting with Steve Palazzolo, PFFer, former colleague of mine, about him earlier today, actually, and he was saying, Olu's insane. Like, Olu, and I was saying, he might be the best athlete in pass pro that I've seen at the collegiate level, just in terms of like how easily he moves and mirrors collegiate defensive ends. Like, watching his tape, the guy is day one, plug and play left tackle. Someone's going to be happy as hell sitting there in the top 5 to have him on the board, because he's not like the tackles we saw, the past couple classes that were, maybe starting out struggling early on in their careers, that you have some worries about how they're going to translate. Olu's just a dude, man. He's probably, like I said, the most athletic tackle I've scouted going back to the 2015 draft. Just in terms of like translatable athleticism, maybe he's going to go to the combine and not be, but whatever. Just on the football field, dude is insane. Top 3. This top 3 is tremendous. This whole the top like 6 in this class is one of the best top 6s in any draft class I've scouted. But number 3, we have Marvin Harrison Jr., Ohio State wide receiver. I still maintain, and I don't think anything's going to change that he's going to be the first non-quarterback drafted. He's got speed. He's got agility. He's got route running chops. He's 6'4", 205, ball skills. Like, it is there. He's the total package, man. He's probably going to be the best wide receiver prospect since Calvin Johnson, truthfully. And it's only just because Calvin was an absolute super freak. But Harrison's not too far behind, man. This guy's, if the Bears really do get like a double dip at the top of the draft and go with one of the 2 quarterbacks we're going to talk about here in a second, and a Marvin Harrison Jr., gosh, that'll set you up for success, my Lord. All right, number 2, Drake Maye, North Carolina quarterback. I think he is an outstanding prospect. Like, I think he's close to the level of Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence. By the end of the season, I could see him being in that category. He's just such a natural thrower of the football, has such a good feel for the quarterback position. Went from a super pass-heavy offense last year. They're more run-heavy this year, so his numbers maybe down a little bit, but his actual yards per attempt is up because of, more efficient with the football when he is throwing. And he's a great athlete, can create outside the pocket as well. There's just not a lot to dislike about his tape. It has some mistakes, there's things here and there, but like high-end arm talent, high-end athlete, size, like total package as a prospect. Insane that he's the number 2, though, quarterback in this class, because number 1 is Caleb Williams, and he's the most talented quarterback I've seen at the collegiate level. Now, that's, again, dating back to the 2015 draft. That's when I started. Not going to speak to guys prior to that. Andrew Luck was obviously insane. Peyton Manning. I didn't scout those guys coming out. I scouted Caleb Williams, though, and my gosh, the arm, the out of like pocket arm, just like he can from anywhere, just put it on a line. It is truly insane how much torque he can generate from any platform. The guy is a hose. And then he runs like a running back. He's twitched up and doesn't miss a lot of throws, truly. Like, his combination of arm strength and accuracy, man, it doesn't usually exist in collegiate juniors. And it's like the guy is only improved from a year ago when he won the Heisman. I'm actually terrified to be watching him in person when Notre Dame plays USC in a couple of weeks, because he's going to break my heart. I know it right now. He's going to absolutely stomp on me. And it's going to be amazing to watch, though, because Caleb Williams is a talented MFer. And this draft class is sweet, man. I'm excited to be talking about the draft more nowadays. The podcast is going to be daily. I'm going to get into the draft on at least 1 episode a week during the season, hopefully 2. We'll see. I'm going to need your guys' thoughts on what you want to see more of. We're going to be a lot of collaboration as we go on through this. But one draft a week. Going to get some other draft analysts on, give their takes. It's not going to be just me every single time. I'm looking to try to get at least 2 or 3 guests a week. Again, need your guys' input on who we want to see more of, what we want to see more of. Very excited to be back, though, talking ball as always. That was your top 10 prospects in the 2024 draft class. Hope you guys like the channel and subscribe. Like I said, very excited to be back.